As education and job opportunities for men in India have improved over the decades, the prevalence of dowry has increased, a new study has found. Paying and accepting dowry is a centuries-old tradition in South Asia where the bride's parents gift cash, clothes, and jewelry to the groom's family. Even though the practice has been illegal in India since 1961, it continues to thrive and leaves women vulnerable to domestic violence and even death. Jeffrey Weaver of the University of Southern California and Gaurav Chiplunkar of the University of Virginia examined more than 74,000 marriages in India between 1930 and 1999 to examine the evolution of dowry over time. They calculated net dowry as the difference between the value of cash and gifts given by the bride's family to the groom or his family, and those given by the groom's family to the bride's family. The researchers relied on data from India's Rural Economic and Demographic Survey, a panel survey of households across 17 of India's most populous states. Dear viewers, Slant News TV is currently engaged in an ardent pursuit of achieving its inaugural milestone of 1,000 subscribers. We earnestly implore your wholehearted support by subscribing to our channel. Most Indian marriages are still arranged, and nearly all women marry by their late 20s. Some 90% of the marriages studied until 1999 involved dowry. Dowry payments between 1950 and 1999 amounted to nearly $250 billion. The study found that economic growth perpetuated and boosted the practice of dowry payments, especially from the 1940s to the 1980s. Over this period, more men were getting educated and getting better quality jobs, which led to a rise in dowry. According to the study, the emergence and evolution of dowry can be most effectively understood by considering the changing distribution of groom quality, which correlates with advancements in their education and earnings. In other words, higher quality grooms, well educated and having better quality jobs, command higher dowries. As the number of educated grooms in a marriage market increases, there's a decrease in the dowry premium that more educated grooms receive, the study found. Is this possibly unique to India? A separate paper by Siwan Anderson of the University of British Columbia argues that unlike India, dowry payments showed a decline with increasing wealth in many societies, including Europe. Mr. Weaver and Mr. Chiplunkar say that their research finds little evidence for the conventional explanations about the rise of the practice of dowry. One theory is that dowry was practiced among upper caste households, and spread as lower castes emulated these practices to improve their social mobility. The new study says this is not clear because the practice of dowry began around the same time for both the high and low caste groups. Also, some experts believe that the desire among lower caste women to marry higher caste men drove changes in dowry. Mr. Weaver says this view is incorrect since there is so little cross-caste marriage. 94% of the marriages studied were of Hindus who married within their broad caste group. Over the past 2 to 3 decades, there has been a notable surge in women's education, which is outpacing that of men in India. This could potentially lead to a decline in dowry practices, but there is no supporting data, says Mr. Weaver. However, the study did find evidence that the size of dowry payment decreases as more women got educated in an area. Clearly, promoting women's education and increasing their participation in the workforce can help tackle the scourge of dowry. Here concludes the latest news bulletin. You can find detailed articles from reputable global news sources in the description below for further examination and verification of the news.